What is up, you guys? Welcome to the video. Thank you so much for clicking on it. There are a couple things I want to address before this video starts. The first thing is, if you hear some random noises, I apologize. There is construction literally going on the house right behind me. So if you hear some of that, there's nothing I can do about it. I will do my best to, not talk over it too much. And the second thing that I want to address, as you can probably tell by the title of the video, is this video is going to be more geared towards beginners. So the information in this video might be, if you're someone that's already lost weight or you've been on your journey for a while, you might have already heard this stuff. So, if you want to click off the video because of that, that's completely fine. But I just want to let you guys know that, this video is for someone that is beginning their weight loss journey. So the information in it is going to be geared towards them. With those two things out of the way, let's get into today's video. So we are going to be talking about my diet, and I put that in quotes for a reason, that I used to lose my first 50 pounds. So the name of this diet is actually something that I came up with on my own while I was actually going through this. So the name of the diet, again in quotes, was called the Common Sense Diet. The reason that I called it that was because pretty much what I did in the very beginning of my journey was I cut out things that I knew for a fact, and that most people, even if you're morbidly obese, you know for a fact you probably shouldn't be eating if you are trying to lose weight. So that's why I called it the Common Sense Diet. Basically, it was just common sense that I used to cut certain things out that helped me lose weight. And I have about 3 points that I want to bring up to you guys that hopefully will be able to help you guys out. Again, I want to say that this is what works for me. Everyone is different, so I'm not saying that these points are going to make you lose 50 pounds. Not by any means, that is not what I'm trying to say. But these 3 things, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, are some of the hugest things that helped me lose my weight in the very beginning of my journey. Now, the reason that I say in the beginning of my journey was because this is the first 50 pounds that I lost. I still lost about 120 pounds after that, 130 pounds after that, and that was through tweaking a little bit more. But I really do think that these tips can help you lose a little bit of weight, and hopefully, by losing a little bit of weight, you will start to realize that you can do it, and then maybe make more tweaks and do different things with your diet that will help you continue that weight loss. Before we hop into the 3 points that I have written down, I just want to let you guys know that these are all based on habits that I had, really bad habits that I had when I was morbidly obese. So you might not be dealing with the same exact bad habits that I had, but again, you can totally listen to this and think about, what habits do you have that you need to change? And for a lot of you guys, you might have the exact same bad habits that I had when I was morbidly obese, so that might be able to help you out. But just remember, this is just what helped me and worked for me. So, try and tailor it to you and your goals and what you're going through right now. So point number 1 on the Common Sense Diet, this is one thing that I knew I had to cut out if I wanted to lose weight, and that was soda. For me, I was a huge soda drinker. And this doesn't just have to be soda. You can use this as just any liquid calories. It can be juices, it can be whatever it might be, right? I had to cut out soda because I knew that I drank way too much. Like, I easily, and I'm not saying this and I'm not trying to exaggerate, easily drank over 64 ounces of soda a day. I would go to 7-Eleven, get the double gulp, which is 64 ounces, and that was just one thing that I would drink throughout the day. I was drinking soda throughout breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but let's just say it was 64 ounces, right? So I did the math. 64 ounces of soda equals 800 calories. 800 calories in just soda alone every single day. And like I said, I was most likely drinking much more than that every single day, but 800 calories. So that was just something that I knew I needed to cut out. Now, the thing with soda is a lot of people are addicted, and it's really hard to get off of just drinking soda and just get off of that. So the thing that I would recommend is, like, if you really are struggling really hard, I don't see anything wrong with maybe having one can of like diet soda with dinner. If you're like, I need soda, I would much rather you have 1 can of diet soda than have, a bunch of regular soda, because you're not going to be adding any calories. You're going to be getting that craving satisfied, and you'll be able to continue on your goals. But if you can go without it, I think that's the best thing. But if you absolutely have to have a little bit of soda, I think that 1 can of diet soda a day is not the end of the world. Again, like I said, I know not everybody drinks soda. Some people just don't like it. But with those juices and all of that stuff, those all have calories in them too. So if you can do your best to try and find a drink that has 0 calories in it, that will absolutely help you and jumpstart that weight loss. So point number 2 in the Common Sense Diet is that I cut out or drastically changed what I was eating when I would go out to eat fast food. Now, when I was 360 pounds, fast food for me was something that I ate literally every single day, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I would eat it maybe sometimes 2 to 3 times a day. It was pretty much the main staple of my food. So obviously, completely cutting that out was not gonna happen at first. Like, I definitely didn't just straight up cut out all fast food. I kind of tried to make better decisions and better choices with the food that I would eat when I would go out to maybe McDonald's or these other fast food chains. Before I recorded this video, I actually tracked what I used to eat at McDonald's, and it blew my mind. So my order used to be 2 McChickens, 2 McDoubles, a large fry, and I would always get a drink with that. But without the drink even in the calorie count, that would equal 2,000 calories. And if you add the drink, which was normally a large, say about 600 calories, 2,600 calories just in one meal. So you can imagine how cutting that out, or even cutting that in half, right? Even cutting that to 1,300 or maybe 1,000 calories, that's gonna make a huge difference in your, your weight loss. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to condone going out to get fast food all the time, but I do understand that a lot of us are really busy, and cooking our own food all the time is just not gonna happen. So the best thing you can do is when you do go to McDonald's or wherever the fast food place that you choose, just try and make the best decision. Most places will have all of the information, all their caloric information on, their website, so you can just use your phone when you go in there, look up what you're gonna get, and just make the best decision that you possibly can. Because that's what it's all about, right? It's about seeing what you have in front of you and trying to make the best decision that you can at that time. And point number 3 in the common sense diet was I stopped mindlessly snacking on foods that I knew I shouldn't be eating. So even when I was super unhealthy and had no clue about nutrition or anything like that, because when I first started losing weight, I was very much a beginner. I had no idea what is good to eat, what I should be eating, but I did have like a very basic understanding that like eating a bag of chips is probably not the best idea. The way that I would think about it was when I was eating, I would think to myself, why am I eating this? Do I need to eat this? Is this something that I need, or am I just eating this because I'm kind of bored and I'm watching TV or stuff like that, right? So just make the right decisions. This stuff, like I'm saying, is very, very basic and it's very, very obvious, but a lot of people don't know about it. So, when you are eating, when you are thinking about getting some food, think to yourself before you go and grab that food, before you go and grab that Snickers bar or whatever it is, think to yourself, why am I eating this? And I'm not saying you can never snack or never have a Snickers bar. Like, I eat candy bars every once in a while. There's nothing wrong with it, but just think to yourself, did I tell myself that I'm gonna go get this and like this is totally okay? Or am I just eating this candy and eating this, this bag of chips? Like for me, it was chips and cakes and stuff like that. I would just eat them because they were there. So think to yourself, am I just eating this because it's in the kitchen and it's easy for me to grab? Or am I eating this because I told myself, after a long day, I worked out or whatever it is, I'm gonna reward myself with a little, a little Snickers bar or a little bite-sized candy. Just think to yourself, why am I eating this? What is this doing for me? And you will probably make the better decision. So those are the 3 points that I wrote down. Again, I know that they're super basic and super obvious, but the point that I'm trying to make in this video is when I was morbidly obese, and most people that are morbidly obese, we're usually making some really, really bad decisions, and our habits are usually kind of detrimental, and they're the things that are obviously leading us to be so heavy. So normally when you make these small changes and super obvious changes, you will start to see those results, those beginner results. And for me, what happened was I made those small changes, I started seeing results, and then that gave me the motivation and the fire to actually learn more about what I'm doing, learn more about going to the gym. Because when I first started losing weight, the first 30, 40, 50 pounds, I didn't have a gym membership because I couldn't afford it. But that was actually a good thing for me because I realized how much more important your diet is and making sure you're in a caloric deficit is to losing weight than going to the gym and burning a ton of calories. Like, it is so important to get these little things down, get that foundation down, because once you start seeing those results, you will start wanting to learn more and learn how to change your diet up a little bit more to see more results and more results and more results. So this beginning part, again, is just a beginning part. It's just the start, and then you can build up from there and hopefully, make a beautiful tree of weight loss, and you'll be super happy and fairy dust will come off. But I'm gonna end this video here before I start rambling off about super weird stuff. But again, I wanna say thank you so much for watching the video. I hope these 3 points helped you out. And please, I'm like asking, if you are someone that's watching this video that has lost a lot of weight and you feel like you have some great tips, please write those down in the comment section down below. I will make sure that I read some maybe pin some of the comments so, you know, people that are watching this video that are trying to lose weight will be able to read those as well, because again, I'm not perfect and there are some people that out there that have a ton of great information, and a lot of you guys are watching the video. So if you have any tips, please leave those down in the comments. I want to have conversation, and you guys always do a great job anyways, but yes, any tips, leave them down in the comment section. I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There's one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am.
Obey the warning signs, and when there are flashing lights or wigwags, don't attempt to cross until they come to a complete stop.